No one ever told you that your vision could be fading, not with a bang, but with a whisper. A quiet, slow, and painless decline that you might not even notice until you can no longer see the faces of those you love with the clarity you once cherished. Welcome, my friends. Professor Vitalis here with your daily dose of wisdom and wellness, where science and experience walk hand in hand. Today, we are embarking on a crucial journey into the very heart of your vision. We will explore 3 tiny, unassuming seeds that hold a profound power to protect the delicate tissues of your eyes. I urge you to stay with me until the very end, because it is in our final moments together that I will reveal not just how to use these seeds, but how to weave them into a simple, synergistic weekly ritual that can amplify their benefits. The final principle I will share is the key that unlocks not only better vision, but a deeper, more resilient state of health for your entire body. You will not want to miss it. Let us begin by addressing a feeling I know many of you have experienced. Have you noticed your eyes feeling unusually parched, that gritty, sandy sensation that makes you want to rub them constantly, even when you're well rested? Perhaps reading, an activity that once brought you joy, has become a source of frustration. Do you find yourself holding the newspaper further away or needing a brighter and brighter light just to make out the words, even with your glasses on? Maybe you've caught yourself squinting at a road sign or feel that the vibrant, high-definition world you once knew has been dialed down, as if a soft, hazy filter has been placed over everything. If you have nodded your head to any of these, I am here to tell you that you are not alone, and this is not a figment of your imagination. What is truly happening is a slow, silent process of change within the most precious part of your eye, the retina. Imagine the retina as the film in a vintage camera, a thin, exquisitely fragile layer of nerve tissue at the very back of your eye, responsible for capturing light and transforming it into the rich tapestry of images we call sight. Like any finely tuned instrument with decades of constant use, it begins to show signs of wear. After the age of 70, this delicate tissue becomes increasingly vulnerable to the trifecta of aging: compromised circulation, chronic low-grade inflammation, and the relentless assault of oxidative stress. But here is the truly insidious danger, the reason this condition so often goes unnoticed until significant damage is done. Your retina has no pain receptors. It cannot send you a signal of distress. Unlike a sore joint or an aching muscle that screams for your attention, the retina suffers in silence. The damage accumulates slowly, stealthily, molecule by molecule, day by day, until one morning you awaken to find that the crisp edges of the world are gone, that familiar faces are becoming blurry, unrecognizable shapes. In my years of practice, I have witnessed this heartbreaking scenario time and time again. A patient arrives in my office, not because of any pain, but because a fundamental piece of their life has been stolen from them. They can no longer read their favorite books, they struggle to recognize their own grandchildren across a room, or they find that watching a movie is now an exercise in strain and frustration. That is the profound tragedy of vision loss. It creeps into your life like a thief in the night, and it steals far more than just your ability to see. It chips away at your independence, erodes your confidence, and severs the vital threads of connection to the world and the people around you. But I am here today with a message of profound hope. You are not helpless in this process. You do not need to immediately resort to expensive, invasive procedures or a cabinet full of isolated supplements to begin fighting back. The first and most powerful step is to understand what your body is quietly asking for, and to provide it with the fundamental natural support it needs to heal and protect itself. There are 3 simple, affordable, and readily available seeds that scientific research has shown can help combat inflammation, enhance blood flow to the delicate microcapillaries of the eye, and support the very production of tears that keep your eyes comfortable and moist. They are so easy to find, so simple to use, and they may just become the cornerstone of a new daily habit that revitalizes your vision. So let us begin our exploration with the first of these seeds, a quiet hero for our aging eyes that you may have seen but likely underestimated: I want to properly introduce you to chia seeds. You have almost certainly seen these tiny black and white specks sprinkled artfully on a bowl of yogurt or suspended in a health-conscious beverage. But I want you to look beyond the trend and see them for what they truly are: a nutritional powerhouse packed with specific compounds that are critically important for your retina, which, as we have established, is one of the most metabolically active and vulnerable tissues in your entire body. Here is why chia seeds matter so deeply as we age. Your retina is perpetually hungry. It has an enormous metabolic demand, requiring a constant, uninterrupted supply of oxygen, nutrients, and anti-inflammatory compounds 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As the years pass, however, our circulatory system can become less efficient. Blood flow can slow down, inflammation can begin to smolder in our tissues, and the natural moisture in our bodies, especially in our eyes, starts to diminish. This creates the perfect storm, an internal environment ripe for the development of chronic degenerative vision loss. This is precisely where chia seeds step in as a powerful ally. They are one of the planet's richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically a type called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. I know that sounds like a mouthful, but the concept is beautifully simple. These omega-3s act like a fire brigade for your cells, working to quell the flames of inflammation deep within the retinal tissue and its supporting blood vessels. This, in turn, helps to improve the fluidity and flexibility of blood cells, promoting better circulation to your eyes. The downstream effect is that these seeds may help slow down or even prevent the progression of age-related macular degeneration, which remains one of the leading causes of irreversible vision loss in our senior community. And for those of you who, like many of my patients, dislike the taste of fish or experience digestive upset from fish oil supplements, chia offers a gentle, plant-based, and natural alternative that rarely interferes with common medications. But the story does not end there. Chia seeds are also a natural repository of potent antioxidants, including two that are famous in the world of eye health: lutein and zeaxanthin. If you look at the ingredients of any high-end eye supplement, you will find these two compounds listed prominently, and for good reason. They are unique in that they accumulate directly in the macular region of your retina, where they act as internal sunglasses, filtering out damaging high-energy blue light from the sun and our digital screens. Think of them as dedicated little bodyguards, forming a protective shield around your retina, deflecting the daily onslaught of environmental stress. There is one more benefit that is so often overlooked, yet so critical for daily comfort: moisture. Chronic dry eye is an epidemic among older adults. Chia seeds possess a unique hydrophilic property. When you soak them in water, their soluble fiber swells and forms a soothing, gelatinous substance. This gel not only helps with systemic hydration, but can also directly support the mucin layer of your tear film, the very layer that helps your tears adhere to the surface of your eye. This leads to a more stable, longer-lasting tear film, making your eyes feel more comfortable, lubricated, and refreshed throughout the day. I have had patients report that their chronic afternoon eye fatigue and burning sensation significantly improved just by adding a spoonful of hydrated chia to their morning routine. Now, your logical next question is, Professor, how do I actually use them? It is remarkably simple. You can stir a tablespoon into your morning oatmeal or yogurt, blend them into a fruit smoothie where they add a wonderful thickness, or even soak them in a glass of water with a squeeze of lemon to create a gentle hydrating tonic to sip on throughout the morning. They have a very neutral taste, so they will not overpower the flavors of your favorite foods. However, I must offer a crucial word of caution. Always start small. Chia seeds are incredibly high in fiber and, as we discussed, absorb a tremendous amount of water. For this reason, you should never ever eat them dry and straight from the bag, as they can expand in your esophagus and pose a risk. Always ensure they are mixed with sufficient liquid and drink plenty of water throughout the day. If you are new to them, begin with just a single teaspoon a day and allow your digestive system to adapt before gradually increasing to a tablespoon. And a final important note: because of their omega-3 content, they can have a mild blood-thinning effect. So if you are currently taking anticoagulant medications like warfarin or blood pressure medications, it is always wise to have a conversation with your doctor first. A patient of mine, a wonderful 76-year-old woman named Edna, who was dealing with mild macular degeneration and constantly rubbing her dry, itchy eyes, started adding just 1 tablespoon of soaked chia seeds to her oatmeal each morning. After only 3 weeks, she came back to me beaming. She said her vision felt more awake in the mornings, and she was reaching for her artificial teardrops far less often. The most encouraging part? Her ophthalmologist actually noted a visible reduction in inflammation during her next routine checkup. That is the profound power of one small, consistent habit. When I call chia seeds a senior-friendly superfood, I say it with the full weight of this evidence. They support your retina, fight inflammation, hydrate your eyes, and deliver the specific nutrients your vision craves, all in a single humble spoonful. Now, let us move on to our second seed, one that serves as a specific and powerful guardian for the very center of your vision. If chia seeds are your retina's best friend, then flax seeds are the dedicated protector of your macula. The macula is a tiny, precious area in the center of your retina, no bigger than a pinhead, yet it is responsible for all of your sharp, detailed central vision. It is the part of the eye that allows you to see the exquisite details of life, the loving smile on your granddaughter's face, the individual words on the page of a book, the vibrant colors of a sunset. And herein lies the challenge. As we move past the age of 70, the macula becomes one of the most metabolically demanding and therefore vulnerable parts of your entire visual system. It is where the sharpness of your world originates. When the health of the macula begins to fade, even the simplest daily tasks become sources of immense frustration. Reading a menu in a dimly lit restaurant becomes impossible. Driving safely, especially at night, becomes a hazard. Even following the words in a church hymnal or on a television screen can feel like an insurmountable challenge. This is precisely why I always emphasize the proactive protection of the macula to my patients. And flax seeds, my friends, are one of the most powerful and affordable tools we have in our arsenal. Much like chia, flax seeds are exceptionally rich in the plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, ALA. But flax holds a slight competitive edge. It actually contains a higher concentration of ALA per gram. This means that, spoonful for spoonful, you are delivering an even more potent dose of anti-inflammatory compounds directly to your system. This concentration is crucial because, as we've learned, chronic smoldering inflammation is one of the primary hidden drivers behind the progression of macular degeneration. The ALA in flax helps to nourish and protect the photoreceptor cells, the rods and cones, in your macula. These are the specialized cells that process detail, color, and contrast. When they become inflamed or are starved of nutrients, your vision begins to dull, as if someone has slowly turned down the sharpness and contrast on your television set. But here is what truly sets flax seeds apart. They contain a unique class of compounds that chia seeds lack, lignans. You've probably never heard of lignans, but they are extraordinary phytonutrients with powerful antioxidant properties found in high concentrations in very few foods. Lignans perform a remarkable function. They specialize in neutralizing highly reactive molecules called free radicals directly within your eye tissues. This translates to less oxidative damage, which in turn supports better circulation and helps maintain the structural integrity and strength of the fine blood vessels that feed the macula. This is especially important if you find your eyes feel tired easily or are becoming increasingly sensitive to bright light and glare. Now, I want to introduce a concept that most people, and even many practitioners, fail to realize. Your gut health is inextricably linked to your eye health. This is a burgeoning field of science known as the gut-eye axis. When your digestive system is inflamed, a condition often referred to as leaky gut, inflammatory molecules can escape into your bloodstream and circulate throughout your entire body, affecting distant organs, including the highly vascularized tissues of the retina. Flax seeds are a fantastic source of soluble fiber, which acts as a prebiotic, meaning it feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. When your gut microbiome is healthy and balanced, systemic inflammation throughout your body, including in your eyes, can significantly decrease. I have witnessed this connection firsthand in so many of my patients. One gentleman, a 74-year-old named Mr. Harold, consistently complained of red, itchy eyes and a debilitating sensitivity to light, especially when driving at dusk. He found it difficult to follow conversations in restaurants because the glare from overhead lights was overwhelming. We made one simple change. He began adding 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed to his morning yogurt. After just 1 month, he reported that he was no longer squinting reflexively in bright light. As an added bonus, his lifelong digestive issues had improved, and he simply felt clearer overall. At his next visit, his ophthalmologist observed markedly less irritation around the macular region. However, and this is a non-negotiable point, flax seeds must be ground. Whole flax seeds have a tough outer hull that our digestive enzymes cannot break down. If you eat them whole, they will simply pass through your system undigested, and you will receive none of their incredible benefits. You must unlock the nutrients within by grinding them. This is simple to do with a small coffee grinder, or you can buy them pre-ground. To protect the delicate oils from oxidation, always store your ground flax in an opaque, airtight container in the refrigerator. Just as with any new high-fiber food, begin your journey slowly. A single teaspoon a day is a wonderful start. You can work your way up to a full tablespoon as long as your system tolerates it well. And because lignans can have a mild hormonal effect, if you are being treated for a hormone-sensitive condition or are on blood thinners, a quick chat with your doctor is a prudent step. What I find so beautiful about flaxseed is how seamlessly it integrates into daily life. You do not need a special recipe. Just a simple sprinkle into your cereal, a spoonful mixed into your pancake batter, or stirred into a hearty soup. You will not even taste it, but the high-definition center of your vision will thank you for it. Let us now turn our attention to our third and final seed. It is one that is often dismissed as a simple snack, but it may just hold the key to relieving persistent dry eyes and improving blood flow where it matters most. I'm talking about sunflower seeds. Most of us associate them with baseball games or a casual handful from a bag. But the truth is, raw, unsalted sunflower seeds are one of the most underrated protectors of our aging eyes, especially if you find yourself struggling with that tired, dry, gritty feeling or a frustrating blurriness that sets in by the end of the day. The secret magic inside sunflower seeds lies in their extraordinary concentration of vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant, which is a critical distinction. It works by embedding itself within the fatty membranes of our cells, including the photoreceptor cells in the retina, protecting them from the inside out against oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as being like rust forming on a piece of metal. Over time, this rust eats away at the delicate machinery of your eye tissues. This process is accelerated by exposure to sunlight, blue light from screens, and even bright artificial lighting. Vitamin E acts as a rust-proofer, helping to slow this damage, support the health of your central vision, and may even play a role in reducing the progression of age-related macular degeneration. And the most wonderful part is that you are getting this protection from a whole natural food, not an isolated vitamin E pill from a bottle. But that is only part of the story. Sunflower seeds are also a fantastic source of healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. These are precisely the kinds of fats your eyes need to stay lubricated and comfortable. Many of my patients describe that gritty, burning sensation that intensifies in the afternoon. This isn't just a lack of water. It's often a breakdown in the crucial oily layer of the tear film, the layer that prevents your natural tears from evaporating too quickly. The powerful combination of vitamin E, healthy fats, and a trace mineral called zinc, found in sunflower seeds, works synergistically to support your body's natural tear production, helping to keep your eyes hydrated and comfortable, even in challenging environments like a dry, air-conditioned room or during long periods of screen use. And we must not forget about circulation. As we know, your retina is entirely dependent on a network of tiny blood vessels to deliver a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. Sunflower seeds provide two important minerals, selenium and magnesium, that support this process. Magnesium helps to relax the smooth muscles in blood vessel walls, keeping them open and pliable, while selenium is a crucial component of one of the body's most powerful antioxidant enzymes, glutathione peroxidase. Together, they ensure your eyes receive the vital nourishment they need to function optimally. I remember a patient, Joyce, a vibrant 79-year-old who still drove herself to choir practice twice a week. She told me with great concern that her vision was getting foggy in the evenings, and she felt a distinct pulling sensation behind her eyes after reading for just a short time. We made a very small addition to her day. 1 tablespoon of raw, unsalted sunflower seeds sprinkled over a bowl of Greek yogurt for her afternoon snack. Within 3 weeks, she reported that the uncomfortable tightness behind her eyes was gone, and she could once again drive at dusk without the usual eye strain and anxiety. This is the kind of quiet, steady transformation I see so often. It is not a dramatic overnight miracle, but a real, tangible improvement born from a small, consistent habit. Now, of course, a few practical tips apply. Always try to choose raw, unsalted, shelled seeds, especially if you are mindful of your blood pressure. If you have dental challenges that make chewing seeds difficult, consider sunflower seed butter. Just be sure it has no added sugar or hydrogenated oils, or simply grind the seeds and add them to smoothies or baked goods. And, as with our other seeds, if you have known digestive sensitivities, it is always wise to start with a smaller amount. Overall, sunflower seeds are one of the simplest pathways to giving your eyes a daily dose of the specific protection they need without overhauling your entire lifestyle. You are not adding stress to your day, you are adding profound support. So now, having explored the individual powers of chia, flax, and sunflower seeds, you might be wondering, Professor, this is wonderful information, but how do I realistically put this into practice? Let us talk about that right now. We have now looked closely at 3 humble yet mighty seeds, chia, flax, and sunflower. Each one offers your aging eyes a unique and equally powerful form of support. But here is the essential truth I want you to internalize. You do not need to feel overwhelmed and try to eat all 3 every single day. You do not need to follow some rigid, complicated plan or completely change the comfortable eating habits you've developed over a lifetime. The goal, my friends, is not perfection. It is the gentle, steady creation of a sustainable weekly habit, a simple ritual that quietly supports your eyes from the inside out. Because after the age of 70, our vision isn't just changing, it is actively asking for our help. You have likely felt its pleas. The extra strain you feel when you try to read the fine print on a medicine bottle. The insidious dryness that creeps in after an hour of watching your favorite television show. That frustrating fogginess or the disorienting glare from headlights when you attempt to drive at dusk. I know it is frustrating. I know it can even feel frightening. And worst of all, it can lead you to a place of resignation, making you wonder if this slow decline is just an inevitable reality you must accept. But I am here today to remind you, with every fiber of my being, that it does not have to be that way. You do not have to rely solely on stronger prescriptions or a constant stream of eye drops. Sometimes, the most profound answers are found in the quiet, simple things. A spoonful of ground seeds stirred into your morning oatmeal. A small handful tossed into your lunchtime salad. A tablespoon blended into your afternoon smoothie. I've had the privilege of seeing patients regain a sense of visual clarity and comfort they thought was lost to them forever. Not because they underwent some extreme procedure or followed a radical diet, but because they committed to doing one small, supportive thing consistently. I think of a gentleman I worked with, Albert, who was 81 years old when he first came to me. He was plagued by dry, irritated eyes and had all but given up on his lifelong passion for reading because of the difficulty he had focusing. We didn't overhaul his entire diet. We simply added ground flaxseed to his yogurt on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and a small handful of sunflower seeds to his salad at lunch on the other days. That was it. After just 4 weeks, he told me that reading felt easier, less like a chore. The burning sensation in his eyes no longer dictated his evenings. But perhaps the most important thing he told me was this. He felt hopeful again, and that is what this is truly about. This isn't just about nutrition. It's about taking back a small measure of control in a world where the process of aging can sometimes make you feel as if you are losing it. Your eyes are still with you. They are still working incredibly hard for you every single moment you are awake. And they are exquisitely responsive to care, not perfect obsessive care, but consistent, thoughtful, and loving support. So, this is my invitation to you. Take a gentle look at what you are already eating. Find just one meal, one place in your week to add a spoonful of chia, flax, or sunflower seeds. Perhaps it is your breakfast. Perhaps it is a midday snack. You decide. Make it simple, make it easy, make it yours. Because over time, that one quiet, unassuming habit could do more to protect and preserve your precious vision than you ever thought possible. And as we come to the close of our time together, I want to share a final message, one I believe every person navigating their later years needs to hear. If you have journeyed with me this far, I want to express my sincere gratitude. It tells me that you value your health, that you cherish your independence, and that you are committed to protecting your vision, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of the people you love and who love you. Because let's be honest with one another, when our eyesight begins to fade, it changes the very fabric of our existence. It becomes harder to stay connected to our communities, harder to feel confident moving through the world, and harder to enjoy the simple, beautiful little things that once brought us so much joy. But the single most important message I hope you take away from our conversation today is this. You are not powerless. With a few small, deliberate choices, adding a spoonful of seeds to your breakfast, creating a gentle weekly rhythm, and simply paying attention to how your eyes feel, you can begin to turn the tide. You can nourish your retina. You can calm the chronic inflammation. You can support your body's natural ability to produce tears. And most importantly, you can send a powerful message to your own body that it is still deeply valued and worth caring for. I am not here to promise you miracles. But I have seen with my own eyes what small, steady, consistent habits can achieve over time. I have seen eyes become more comfortable. I have seen vision stay sharper for longer. And I have seen people feel more empowered and in control of their health journey simply by making these humble seeds a part of their weekly routine. This is the simple ritual I mentioned at the beginning. It's not about which seed is best, but about creating a rotation. Perhaps Monday and Thursday are for flaxseed, Tuesday and Friday for chia, Wednesday and Saturday for sunflower. On Sunday, you rest. This rotation provides a wide spectrum of nutrients, the ALA, the lignans, the vitamin E, the minerals, ensuring your eyes get comprehensive support without you ever feeling bored or overwhelmed. This is the core principle: consistency over intensity. So, wherever you are on your personal health journey, whether you are just beginning to notice the first subtle changes in your vision or you have been navigating eye issues for years, I want you to hold this truth in your heart. It is never too late to support your vision. It is never too late to start caring for yourself on a deeper level, and it is never too late to feel hopeful again. If this conversation has provided you with value, a new idea, a sense of direction, or even just a glimmer of encouragement, I invite you to join our community of curious minds by subscribing to this channel so you don't miss our future discussions. Give this video a like if it spoke to you, and please share it with a friend or a loved one who you feel might need to hear this message. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these seeds will you try first, and how do you plan to incorporate it into your routine? Please leave a comment below. I read every single one, and your personal story might just be the inspiration someone else needs to begin their own journey. Knowledge only works when you apply it. I'm Professor Vitalis. Stay curious, stay healthy, and never stop learning.